Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 433rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. As most of you know, I usually just put a battle on a Saturday, but as I've got this week off from work, I thought I would put a midweek Wednesday bonus battle on. It's only a short battle, it's not going to be on too long, but it's an interesting one. And as you know, I don't name my battles, but if I named my battles, I would name this A Tale of Two Spartan Walls. Okay, A Tale of Two Spartan Walls. All will be revealed as the battle unfolds. Okay, but I think you'll find this interesting. Good counter tactics in this game. Okay, you can see I'm playing on my favourite map, the Germanic Forest map, with a big open space like we've talked about before, where you can fight out in the open, or you can bring barbarian troops to do those nasty woods ambushes there. And of course the barbarian troops get the woods bonus as well. Okay, our first teammate is a player who's called himself RV Henri A, but is in fact Earth, RV Earth. A lot of you know him, and Earth has bought 5 cavalry, 5 archers and 8 infantry. Okay, so he's got 5 archers, 8 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, as I say, it is RV Earth, and it'll be interesting to see the upgrades on his cavalry. He usually brings serious cavalry. Let's have a look at the upgrades on his cavalry. And oh yes, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, 9 upgrades, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. As you know, this cavalry does really well with just gold shield, gold attack. You fully upgrade it, and that makes these units super cavalry. And with those upgrades, they've got a 17 attack and a massive 28 defense. Okay, let's say Earth always brings serious cavalry. Now that is a really good army build there. The only weakness may be having only 8 infantry, but we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Legion 22. Now Legion 22 has got 11 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, now he's got some interesting upgrades within his infantry. If we have a look, can you see some of his infantry have got 7 upgrades. They've got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, and other units have just got gold shield, gold attack. So he's actually got mixed upgrades within his infantry. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do during the course of the battle. You see, some of his units have just got 6 gold shield, gold attack. Okay, and my guess is that his cavalry, looking at the army that he's got there, will just probably be 7 upgrades is what I'm thinking there. Yep, 7 upgrades. So he's got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So that's an interesting army build there. Be interested to see how well it does during the course of the battle. Okay, our third teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, that's got his old army of 14 Spartans and 5 of the cheap short range archers. There you go. Okay, yeah, they're very cheap, they're very short range, but with 5 of them, that's still quite a lot of firepower that the enemy can't really ignore. And used correctly, they can be really good assistance during the course of the battle. So there's our team there. As I say, A Tale of Two Spartan Walls will all be revealed in a few minutes. Okay, so here are my 2 Spartan walls revealed there. Okay, now this is a very, very old formation that I used years and years ago to counter a particular faction. Okay, as a lot of you know, I like to bring old formations to the modern day battlefield just to see how well they would do. As you can see, the 2 Spartan walls there have got curved ends, if you like, there to protect from flank attacks there. Okay, and you see I've got my archers there to behind my 2 Spartan walls. But as I say, this is a very, very old formation here that I bought and developed to actually counter a particular faction. Those of you that have been watching our videos for a long time would probably seen these Spartan walls in action before. But as I say, it's a very, very, very old formation here, and as I say, it's developed to counter a particular faction. And when you see the other team, you'll see what I mean. Okay, but it was very effective back in the day, and it'll be interesting to see if it's effective on the modern day battlefield. Okay, and here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Lake Daemon, who has bought the Rome Bruto faction. Now Lake has got 10 infantry, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. But have a look at the upgrades on his infantry. 7 upgrades. He's got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on all his infantry. Now make no mistake, that experience stripe really makes a difference to troops in this game. So I'd be interested to see how well they do. As you can see, he's got his 4 archers and he's got his 6 cavalry. Have a look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Yep, 7 upgrades. So he's got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So I think that's a pretty good balanced army there. And it'll be interesting to see how well he used it during the course of the battle. Okay, our next teammate is... their next teammate is Brotherhood member Mad King, who has unusually built a Germania faction, and I believe this is an experimental army. Now he's got 6 cavalry, 3 screeching women, 5 knight raiders, 3 chosen axemen and 3 berserkers, but no archers. Okay, so there's the 3 screeching women. Now remember, when they start screeching, they give morale to their to the other Germania troops. Okay, so they're good units to bring to increase morale. Remember, barbarian troops haven't got very good morale, so anything that gives them better morale is really good. And there's the chosen axemen. So he's got 3 units of chosen axemen. Now remember, those chosen axemen have got effective against armor axes and can cut wide swathes through heavily armored troops like Roman urban cohorts. Okay, so used correctly, they can be devastating troops. But also, I see he's got 5 knight raiders. Now remember, those knight raiders are good infantry in their own right, but they bring a massive fear factor, taking the morale away from enemy troops, destabilizing them, making them more susceptible to routing. Okay, so with that many knight raiders, that's going to be a lot of morale sapping troops there. And then of course you've got the infamous berserkers. Now remember, these berserkers are based on real historic characters that literally went berserk in battle. They either had a cocktail of drugs, they were drunk, or they had mental health issues, and they literally went berserk in battle. There are tales of their own troops giving them wide berth in battle, as they seemed to be killing anything close to them. Even outside of battle, these men had an aura about them of keep away from me. Very, very dangerous individuals indeed. And this game gives them 2 hit points, effective against armor maces, and really great attacking specifications. Okay, so these guys, as I say, Germania troops to me are shock troops. They are potential battle winning troops as well. And see, he's got his 6 cavalry. Let's have a look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Oh my gosh, fully upgraded Gothic cavalry. Now you have a look at the upgrades, the specifications on Gothic cavalry. They're very underestimated cavalry, but you fully upgrade them, and that kind of makes them kind of super cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see how well Mad King does with those cavalry. So I think that's an interesting experimental army build there, and with all those knight raiders taking the morale away from our troops, I think this could be an interesting battle to watch as it actually unfolds. That's a very, as I say, interesting army builder. And with those 3 screeching women giving those troops morale as well, I think that's pretty good. And their third teammate is an RTW player who's called himself Chinrazig, but is actually Scorpion King SR. Okay, Scorpion King SR, and he's bought the Rome Giulio faction. Now Scorpion King has just got 16 infantry and 4 cavalry. So that's a lot of infantry. Cavalry are hiding in the woods there. Okay, so let's just have a count up of the cavalry here. Now remember, I went Greek cities, so straight away I've put my team at a cavalry disadvantage. Okay, so you've got 6 cavalry there for Lake Daemon. Okay, we've got 6 Germanic cavalry there, so that's 12 altogether. And then Scorpion King's got 4 hiding in the woods, so they've got 16 cavalry. Okay, they've got 16 cavalry. As I say, he's got his units hiding in the woods there. 16 cavalry against our 11. Okay, Legion's got 6 and Earth has got 5, so we've got 11 against 16. Now whether that cavalry advantage is going to tell towards the end of the battle, I think you'll find it quite interesting to see if it does. Okay, yes, I'm Greek cities anti-cavalry, but if that cavalry is used incorrect, it could be interesting to see how well it does. Right, okay, so you can see my 2 Spartan walls there. As I say, very old formation. And can you see what faction I've bought to counter? Germania. Okay, so I put one of my Spartan walls with one of my Roman allies there, look. And I put one of the other Spartan wall with the other Roman ally there, which is going to make it incredibly difficult for the Germanic general and his allies to actually attack my Roman allies. Okay, so as I say, very old formation here, but it worked back in the day, and it'll be interesting to see if it's going to work on the modern day battlefield against really good players. Okay, this is my anti-Germanic army. As I say, the 2 Spartan walls, will be interesting to see if the Germans can climb over them. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you can see Scorpion King putting his credentials down straight away of his aggressive attacking strategy here. Okay, well, you know Scorpion King, very attacking strategist, and he's been playing Rome to War like myself from the very first day it came out, so he knows the game back to front here. But as you can see, really aggressive attacking here towards our Scipio ally here. I like Legion 22's formation there, not so wide, but with a lot of depth there. Maybe that's a formation set to receive a Germanic attack there, possibly. Okay, you can see Germania moving over to looking like he's going to move over to this flank as well. But you can see Scorpion King right from the very get-go of this game here, straight out towards us. As I say, those of you that have fought against Scorpion King, he reminds me a bit like Conan and Lando, very aggressive, very attacking player. Okay, you can see Earth here moving his troops over to the centre here, so we can all form up together. Okay. Now with this this Greek city formation that I've bought, obviously I don't want to get bogged down fighting ordinary enemy troops. I don't want to get bogged down fighting Roman troops if I can possibly help it. This formation and army is custom built to actually try and counter Germania. So as I say, obviously if I need to step into the breach to help my allies against Roman infantry, then obviously I will, but really ideally I would like to keep my formation away from Roman troops and just watch the Germanic generals' movements very carefully. Okay, you can see the Germanic general there moved his cavalry in there to try and take out some of Earth's archers, but Earth was on top of that and chased him away. Right, you can see the Brutii enemy cavalry coming in there looking to probably take out some archers. Well, my guess is, yeah, he's going to get loads of pilers thrown into his cavalry. Their close range piler hits there are going to cause his cavalry a lot of casualties. And if he's not careful, he's going to get hit by that fully upgraded SPQR cavalry. Okay, Earth is really good at using that fully upgraded cavalry that he brings to the battlefield. And as I say, good job, I think the Brutii cavalry pulled back there. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so you can see Scorpion King here is moving towards our Scipio ally, but looks like he's moving over towards the right flank. As you can see here, Legion 6 units of cavalry were coming out towards Scorpion King's cavalry, and Scorpion King wisely moves his cavalry back as he knows he's outnumbered there. Okay. Okay, you can see the Germanic general here, looks like he's moving possibly over towards our right flank there with his Bruto ally with a view to try and hit our SPQR ally. So I need to get one of my Roman walls there, one of my Spartan walls there in front of my Roman ally to try and protect him against that double attack. Okay, don't forget that's what the Germanic general will be looking to do, is coordinate his attack with his allies there onto one of our Roman allies. Okay, that's what they'll want to do. So as I say, I've got to be fast with my Spartan walls to try and defend my Roman allies against a combined Germanic and Rome attack. Okay, but as I say, if I can help it, I don't want to get bogged down fighting ordinary enemy infantry. As I say, this formation is custom built to try and counter Germania. Right, can you see here, Earth is pulling his infantry in behind one of my Spartan walls there. Okay, but as I say, I don't want to get engaged, bogged down fighting ordinary Roman infantry, so I'm going to pull my Spartans back. Obviously with a view just to keep watching the Germanic general, see what he's going to do there. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second. So say here, I've got one of my Spartan walls there. You can see the Brutii and Julii general there as kind of teamed up with their Germanic ally there. They've kind of come together a bit more now. And as I say, I'm watching the Germanic general very carefully. As I say, with his allies there, what they want to do is attack my Roman allies if they can. In a combined attack to try and get a chain route going. So I must be very aware of what the Germanic general's doing there with my two Spartan defense walls there, if you like. Okay. But as you see, Earth has pulled his infantry in behind one of my Spartan walls there. And as you can see, Julii cavalry out there to our left. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if, as I say, Legion now pulls his infantry in behind another one of my Spartan formations there. But as I say, I don't want the Roman troops to attack my formation, so I'm held and pinned, because then I haven't got any maneuverability to be able to watch the Germanic general. Okay, so as I say, I'm going to move my Spartans back. As I say, I don't want to get pinned and held by ordinary Roman infantry. As I said before, these formations here are custom built to try and neutralize the Germanic army. Okay. But I think my Roman allies want to get in behind my my Spartan wars because they feel comfortable. I know Earth said to me he felt quite safe behind my Spartan wars with his army, but as I say a bit before, I don't really want to get bogged down fighting the ordinary Roman infantry there. This army is specifically built and custom built to neutralize a Germania threat. As you watch this battle, if you could imagine that you were the Germanic general, try and think of how you would attack now. Okay, right, you see here, Earth has put a couple of units in Testudo in front of one of my battle lines there. So that's a nice bit of support there for me. He knows he'll soak up some pilots there in Testudo, and being in Testudo, he won't suffer that much damage. Right, you can see the enemy Brutii cavalry there chasing down some of Earth's archers there. Okay. So there's a good chance that Earth could lose a lot of his archers there. So you can see some Germanic cavalry maybe moving up round our flank. The Julii cavalry may well join in with that as well. But as I say, nice bit of support there by Earth, putting a couple of units in Testudo in front of my main battle lines there. As I say, those Spartan walls are very difficult for the Germanic general to overcome. As I say, if you were that Germanic general, what would you do? How would you attack? Now, how would you make the most of your shock troops against his formation? As the Scorpion King there was looking to smash into that Testudo unit and then thought twice about it and pulled his cavalry units back. Okay, I think with this this Greek cities formation I've got, as long as my allies watch my flanks, it's a pretty tough kind of formation for enemy to break through. So it'll be interesting to see how they actually go about this. Okay, let's just pause again for a second here. Right, you can see that the enemy Julii cavalry and the enemy Germanic cavalry there have come round our left flank against Legion's cavalry. Okay, so they're going to outnumber Legion's cavalry here. Okay, now whether our ally Earth has spotted that and can get his cavalry across to help, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, I've got some Spartan units there that I will throw into the fray if they do engage. Okay, now you can see the Germanic general here that is looking to move his forces round to our right flank there. Can you see the way he's running? He may well look to get behind the right flank there to try and get behind us there. But as I say, if you were the Germanic general, what would you do here? How would you counter my Greek cities' walls? Would you go on a wide flank in action there? Do you think that's something you may well do? But then again, I could just turn one of my walls to face the threat from that flank, couldn't I? It's very difficult for the Germanic general here to break through these two Spartan walls. Okay, as I say, strategy and tactics here, very difficult for the Germanic general to try and break through there. Okay, but here at this stage of the battle here, you can see the Germanic cavalry, which I think was fully upgraded, and the Julii cavalry here are going to smash into Legion's cavalry there. Right, can you see I'm bringing my Spartan wall, one of my Spartan walls back here, so I can throw in a couple of units here to help Legion if needed. Okay, make no mistake, Legion is outnumbered here. I think there's 9 units against his 6. Can you see I've thrown in a couple of Spartan units there? I'm not going to put their spears down because I don't want to kill friendly cavalry. Remember, friendly spears kill friendly cavalry, so I've got them fighting with their secondary weapon, the sword. Right, see that Julii cavalry going to the rear of my Spartan units, and bang, it smashes in there. But I spotted that cavalry unit coming in, and I turned those 2 Spartan units to face the threat of that cavalry. Right, can you see Earth has brought his fully upgraded SPQR cavalry over here now, and 2 of the enemy Julii cavalry has just been routed. So a nice bit of teamwork there by both Legion and Earth there, and of course I threw a couple of my Spartan units in there as well to help out. Okay, most of the Germanic cavalry got away there though, a little bit damaged, but mostly intact. But you can see the Germanic general there. Can you see him running his troops over there, looking to get on that flank attack? he really wants to get round the flank there with his Germanic army. I see this Brutii cavalry got a bit close to my spears, suffered a lot of casualties, and one of its units got routed there. Okay, so as you can see here, very difficult for the Germanic general to be able to work with his allies here to try and break these this Spartan defence here. Really, there's all that Julii infantry there of Scorpion Kings. He may well look to come round the flank here, but if he does, there's an army of my ally Scipii troops who are ready to counter attack from there. You can see here there's some Brutii infantry attacking one of my Greek city formations there. Let's say I've got another wide wall there, making it very difficult for the enemy to break through or even flank. Okay, you can see the Germanic general was over on this flank here. He was looking to take his infantry round the flank. But as I say, if you were that Germanic general, how would you look to attack us here? Like I say, would you try a flanking action? But I could just move one of my Spartan formations around to counter that. There's lots of enemy cavalry there over on our flank. Maybe the Germanic general may well join that cavalry to charge in on that flank. But as you can see here, the enemy Brutii troops are attacking that SPQ or Testudo unit there. So as I say, it's those two, if you like, Spartan Walls, which I kind of nickname them really, it's very difficult for the Germanic general to be able to counter those two walls there. As I say, this formation was very, very successful years and years ago. And as I say, as a lot of you will know, I like to bring old formations to the modern day battlefield just to see how well they do against good modern players. Okay, can you see here that the enemy Brutii generals brought 3 infantry units plus cavalry units plus Germanic cavalry there as well on this left flank of ours. Okay, you can see that both Earth and Legion are locked and loaded with their cavalry. It wouldn't surprise me if they smashed into that infantry. Those 3 infantry units are a little bit isolated now maybe, and if all our cavalry smashes into them, there's a good chance they could rout those three infantry units. Right, here come the cavalry, and bang, smashed straight into them, routed one of the Brutii infantry on impact. Okay, so that's a lot of cavalry there going into those 2 infantry units there. Plus some Legion there is bringing some of his cavalry over there to counter the Brutii cavalry. Some great teamwork going on here on this flank. Okay, now I see there's a couple of Scipii infantry being thrown into the fray here as well. Right, okay. So I think this stage of the battle is absolutely crucial and pivotal to the outcome of the battle. This is what is happening here, okay? Now there's a reason for saying that. Alright, you can see that I think basically all the cavalry of all the armies that are left are fighting there. Now, if the enemy team win this cavalry battle, they will then be able to smash into the rear of our infantry, smash into the rear of our engaged infantry, into the back of my Spartans, take out all our archers, and they can have a field day if they win. If we win here and kill all their cavalry, then of course we can then get our cavalry round behind them and actually smash into the rear of those engaged enemy troops. So this particular cavalry battle here could prove pivotal and decisive to the outcome of the battle. As you can see, we're outnumbered there, I think, cavalry wise, but remember the Earth's cavalry are fully upgraded. Okay, right, so you can see here the Earth has alt attacked and is using his heavy sword instead of the light lance. Now remember, the heavy sword does a lot more damage than the enemy than the light lance. Plus we've got 2 infantry units in there that Legion's thrown in there as well. So it's not just cavalry versus cavalry. Legion put 2 infantry units in there as well. Now that could prove maybe decisive in this cavalry versus cavalry and infantry battle. As I say, whoever wins here, I think, could well go on to win the battle. But those infantry units that Legion's got in there, as I say, that could make the difference in this actual battle. I don't know if the enemy have noticed there's infantry in there as well. They may well think they're just fighting cavalry, but as there's an infantry unit in there as well, as I say, that could make the difference. You can see the enemy are still using their light lances there. They haven't been alt attacked. But as I say, you can see that Earth's cavalry have been alt attacked and are using their heavy swords, which do a lot more damage than the light lances. Okay, I can see a lot of the enemy cavalry starting to rout now. I just saw a Brutii infantry unit join the fray, and there's some more Brutii, I think maybe cavalry and infantry joining into the fray, but they may well get there a bit late. And if you notice there, can you see that Earth is just running his fully upgraded cavalry through what's left of the enemy cavalry there. Nice tactic there, and routed them. Okay, nice cavalry tactic there. When your enemy's weakened and tired, you just charge your cavalry through, and very often you'll find you'll rout them. So that's a nice little move there by Earth. Okay, as I say, you got some Brutii, I think rallied Brutii infantry coming over there. But as you can see, all the Brutii cavalry and Germanic cavalry has now been routed. Now, as I say, that could prove pivotal. Plus, of course, I have my archers shooting into the enemy cavalry as well. So we were all doing our bit there to defeat the that enemy cavalry. Meanwhile, over here on our right flank, you can see that Scorpion King is moving some of his Julii cavalry and infantry in there to attack Legion's infantry and cavalry there. Okay, so see the Germanic general moving his Germania army over to the right flank there, looking to charge in with Julii infantry. Okay, so he'd be looking to charge in with Scorpion King's infantry here on the right flank. Okay, so one of my Spartan walls here, one of my Spartan formations here. Okay, no one to fight at the moment, but I should be watching that Germanic army there, and I should move my Spartan wall over there to protect my Scipii ally from the combined Germanic and Julii attack. Okay, so I need to be fast, my reactions need to be fast, and they have slowed over the years a bit. But that's why I tend not to bring spear and pike factions that much, because I think you need fast reactions, and I know over the years my my reactions have slowed a little bit. Okay, so you can see our Scipii ally there facing the threat. You can see that I'm moving one of my Spartan formations over to defend my Scipii ally. Just like to draw your attention here, can you see that Earth's SPQR troops are attacking the enemy Brutii troops that are attacking one of my Spartan formations? Make no mistake here, Earth will be going for that Brutii general. Just pause the game for a second. Earth will be looking to take out that Brutii general there, of course, to take the morale away from enemy troops. Okay, but you can see the Germanic general really running his troops over there. He really wants to hit our Scipii ally with his Julii Roman ally there. He knows if he can get a mass rout going there, they will win the game. Okay, so that's what the Germanic general is trying to do, is moving as fast as he can. Remember, he's got the woods bonus there, he's got the snow, he's got the winter bonus as well. So if he can hit there with his Julii ally, there's a good chance he could get a mass rout going. I need to get that Spartan wall there over to my Scipii ally. What am I doing just standing there? Come on. I need to get that Spartan wall over there. See, slow reactions. Right, you can see the Germanic general and the Scipii and the Julii general, they're heading in towards our Scipii ally. Right, here's a nice cavalry hit there by Earth. Bangs, he smashed into the flank of one of the engaged Julii, enemy Julii infantry there. You can see Scorpion King counter-attacking with infantry units into Earth's cavalry. Right, you can see I've brought that Spartan war unit over here, but let's just pause the game for a second. Okay, the Berserkers have now been activated. Okay, the Berserkers have now been activated. Those effective against armor maces, those 2 hit points, and those fantastic attacking specifications have now been activated, and they are now smashing in to our SPQR ally. You've got the Night Raiders there sapping morale from our troops, making them more susceptible to routing. Plus, you've got that Julii infantry charging in as well. Okay, so they're really charging there. Now they could start a mass rout here of both Legion Scipio troops and Earth's SPQR troops there. So I need to get that Spartan formation, that defensive formation in place with its spears down. Okay, it's no good running in there and not having the spears down, because the enemy would just charge straight into my Spartans. The spears are their main weapon, and I need to get those spears down to counter that attack there. Okay, so I've got that Spartan wall in place and I've got the spears down. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second. Okay, so you can see here I've got that wall in place and the spears down to repel the enemy attack. Make no mistake, those Berserkers are really pushing in there, attacking my SPQR ally and my Scipii ally there. Okay, so they are really pushing in there. And don't forget those Night Raiders as well, taking the morale away from our troops, looking to destabilize them. But as I say, you can see a lot of Julii troops attacking our formation here. But I managed to get that wall over there in time. I've got this Spartan wall here. Can you see that Earth has managed to take out that Brutii general and the other infantry units that were attacking? So well done to Earth there. Lots of nice support going on all over the battlefield by both teams here, I've noticed. As I say, you can see several of the Julii units have now been routed there that were attacking my Greek city units. But here is the main thing. You can see Julii units and Germanic units there attacking my Spartan units there. I see Earth has got one of his SPQR units just in front of my spear units, one of my spear units there. But you can see those berserkers there. If you notice as they attack my Spartan spears there, they do a lot of damage. But can you see how those spears kill the berserkers? See how they just kill them quite easily. And that's the thing with the Germanic faction, you must always avoid spears and pikes when you attack. Okay, so here they are. You can see the Knight Raiders getting killed by spears as well. So you can see a lot of the enemy troops starting to rout. Right, can you see here a nice little move there by Legion, smashing into the flank of the attacking troops. It wouldn't surprise me if those Germanic troops started to rout. If you notice, I'm turning defense into attack. I'm moving my Spartans forward here as well, attacking those Germanic troops. And there you go, you can see I think those either the Germanic general just admitted defeat, or those guys have just been routed there. Okay, so we turn defense into attack there, hopefully just at the right time. And there you can see Scorpion King's Julii infantry there, just I think he's just in probably guard mode there, just ready for the final assault there. You can see we've got SPQR infantry and Scipio infantry attacking, and my Spartans are now pushing in. Now remember, my Spartans have been in defense mode most of the game, so my guess is that I'll have pretty low kills. Remember, this game rewards attacking players. If you attack a lot, you're the one that's going to get the most kills, whereas if you're defensive, you're not going to get many kills. So my guess is I might have one of the lowest lower kills in the game here. But as I say, that's very, those two Spartan walls are very difficult for a Germanic general to coordinate an attack with his allies there. As you can see, very difficult indeed for the Germanic general. Okay, clear victory. I don't know if that's fair really. I thought a closer one was probably maybe a bit fairer there, but it does say clear. So I'd just like to draw your attention to Earth's kills at 1,657. Nice aggressive attack in there by Earth. I bet his cavalry got a lot of those kills. As you can see, my Spartan army there only got 1,000 kills. Not very good really, but as I say, I was defensive in that game, and I suppose that's not too bad. Let's see, for our team here, to keep the enemy kills down to less than 1,000, I thought we played quite well. As I say, those Spartan walls, very difficult for an enemy team with Germania in to try and break through there. If you see what I mean, it's you know, it is very difficult there for the enemy team. But I thought they did really well played to them there. I thought Lake Damon, Mad King and Scorpion King SR played really well there. They tried their best to try and get around the flank of those Spartan walls, but as I say, it's very difficult for them there. But I'd like to say a really fair play to you guys for doing it as good as you did there. I thought Mad King's experimental Germanic army was pretty good army there. As I say, it's just unfortunate you came up against that old formation there. As I say, that old formation did well years ago, and there's a lot of you regular viewers know I like to bring old formations to armies to the modern day battlefield just to see how well they do. So I'd like to say really well played to Brotherhood member Lake Damon, really well played to Brotherhood member Mad King, and really well played to Scorpion King SR. Really well played, guys. It was a difficult battle for you. And also I'd like to say really well played to Legion 22 and RV Earth. Really nice teamwork, guys. Okay, Spartan Commander saying hope you enjoyed this Wednesday midweek battle. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Bye for now.